Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my show. I'm with my producer, Kiss, the great Todd James, and, of course, my co-host, Shirley Smith, and my executive producer, who's being very quiet today, Sarah Morga. As you can believe, she's also my wife, and she's kept the name Morga, but that's because she's an independent woman, and she has every right to keep her own identity, and there you go.
You could have been Brett Morga.
Well, that's what she wants me to do. She wants me to change my name to Morga.
That's what I say to the guys. I have Smith is my maiden name. My dad was so happy.
You know, I would love you even more if your name was Smith and Wesson.
I bet you would.
You're probably a pistol anyway, right?
I am a pistol. I've been told.
Boom, boom, right? You're going to say something, Todd. You're just holding back. You want to say something. Go ahead.
Oh, I just had a one-liner. I can't even remember.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Todd.
Well, you know, Freud said the second thing to go is the mind.
It's the first.
It's the first for a
We're
lot of
talking
people.
about Freud. What do you think it is?
Okay. Oh, geez.
So we're going to talk, of course, with Shirley Smith, who's also written some books called Set Yourself Free, which is about behavior.
Codependency recovery.
Yes, addictive type personality.
And addictive personalities.
Right. And also Behind Closed Doors, the truth about intimate relationships. And those are on Amazon. But that's your past life, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I lived in Australia for 26 years.
Wow.
And
I'm so sorry.
I was a psychotherapist there. Oh, no, it was great. I have dual citizenship.
I'm being sarcastic.
I know you are.
Todd, can you imagine living in Australia for 26 years?
In Sydney.
So lucky.
I know.
Amazing.
And I have dual citizenship, so I can live there and here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Been to Sydney?
Even with
Oh,
COVID.
I've never been to Australia. Love Australian people, though.
Definitely have to put it on the bucket list.
I heard there's like 7 women and 1 guy.
I'm not going to say. We'll
Look
have all
up
the men.
ticket prices right now. Let's see. One-way tickets.
And I hear all the people there, most of the people are very beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're into health.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're into health.
So how would you compare the whole health thing in Australia to California? Because Californians are pretty healthy, right?
Californians are healthy, but I got to tell you, it's like on every corner there's a local naturopath and all kinds of alternative therapies.
You don't have that. You don't have that in
here in California, yes, but not like there. There was more so there.
Interesting.
I was amazed because I'm born and raised in California. I went over in the late 1980s. I lived there for 26 years. I had a whole nother career as a therapist, and I ran a whole outpatient treatment center and trained therapists and did radio shows, all kinds of things, wrote books.
So what do you think the difference is, why they're into the alternative medicine more so than the United States?
I've always wondered that. I just think there's kind of a spirit and a sense in Australia of a naturalness. And it's not like commercial or put on. It's really kind of like a foundational piece. And it's about being natural in life. And if you look at a lot of the women there, they look a lot more natural. American women tend to be much more made up. We do our makeup and that and our hair, where Australians are a little bit more of that natural and don't wear the makeup as much. Not all, but if you compare, you would notice that straight away. See, I'm speaking Australian again. Now we're talking Australian.
So when you first came back, did people say, "Oh, you have an accent"?
Yes, and I don't.
Has it gone away a little bit?
All my Aussie. I've been back 6 years almost. All my Aussie friends, they'll say, they laugh, they crack up. Yeah, and they say, you don't have an accent, but I speak Australian slang, which is more like British. So you spell differently, you drive on the other side of the road. It was a real stretch. Talk about stretching. That stretched my whole life. It made me more globally thinking. I know that sounds like such a cliche.
No.
But I love it.
So why did you look at me and say stretching?
Because you like to stretch.
How do you
told
know
me that.
Because
you told me.
So I don't.
You like to stretch in life. So do I.
Well, I don't like
That's
to. I
what we
don't.
like
I don't
about
feel
each other.
comfortable unless I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What does that mean, doctor?
What does that mean? I'm not a doctor. Actually, I have a doctor in philosophy. But no, what that means is that you kind of go beyond your comfort zone. You know, you're always willing. You never grow. You don't evolve unless you're willing to stretch. I mean, we don't have to stretch too much where you're going to snap.
Right.
But you want to always keep stretching, just like stretching the body. Everything's metaphoric. Body, mind, spirit, emotions, it's all connected.
I had a life coach tell me once that going beyond your comfort zone, you feel uncomfortable. And when you feel uncomfortable, you're about ready to make a breakthrough.
Yes, that can happen.
So maybe that's why it's stayed in my mind. And I want to constantly find ways to break through things because, we all learn in different ways. Some have to
We
get
do.
it right. Some
And
people.
one of the modalities that I've studied and mastered is neurolinguistic programming, and there it talks about different learning styles and different lead systems, and you learn. I find the inner functions of people and how we take in information, how we process it, how we make meaning out of it, and then the choices we make, what we want to do or not do based on that. I find that fascinating. That's
too.
why I love people's stories. I love, like, people think, you like to analyze me? No, I just like the inner workings of people, and why I find that I was always a curious kid. Curiosity and enthusiasm, and I just always had questions, and I just wondered why. So I like that.
So you were involved with this, and then
Big time.
now you're in Coronado, which is a beautiful place to be.
Yes.
I've been trying to get Todd James there, but he's just too busy for us.
Yes.
Here to drive over that bridge.
Yes. Oh, it's wonderful. Beautiful views.
Beautiful-
Coronado's living the dream.
and the people are very nice.
Yes, and we have a
I
lot of
do love
military.
Coronado.
We have a military base there too.
Yes, we do. So now you're doing real estate. So tell me how that happened, and tell us about why you feel you can make a difference with that.
I'm not just doing real estate. There's two areas I specialize in. I specialize in luxury real estate because I'm very sensate. I like beautiful things. I built 2 houses in Coronado. I bought my first house when I was 19 years old. I've always bought and sold and built and remodeled real estate.
You beat me. I bought my first one when I was 23.
I was 19.
And you beat me. She
did.
was 19.
A California girl.
That's so rare.
Yes.
Probably everybody was out buying cars.
And I had a baby, and I bought a house.
At how old?
19. I was 18 when I had my daughter.
You were 18 when you had your daughter.
21 when I had my son. I was a mother of 2 at 21.
You were driven.
It was some hard years there in my 20s.
The house you bought was in San Diego?
No, in Cerritos, California.
Okay.
Southern California. I'm born and raised in Southern California.
Still expensive market.
Oh, yeah. But I always did good. I made a lot of money in real estate. So I learned very early that what a great investment real estate was. So I specialize in, and so it was natural. When I came back, I'd been a therapist. I had a 30-year career. I came back to the States. I took a couple years off. I built a couple houses in Coronado, and I thought, okay, what do I want to do? And I thought, well, gee, I really like going to open houses, and I really like seeing, this is fun, this is pretty. And so I thought, I'm going to get a real estate license. So I did. And I work with Coldwell Banker West, it's one of the top realties in San Diego. We've got over 1,000 agents.
Good.
Run excellent leadership. We have the heaviest hitters that have been around forever. Peter Mendiola, Penny Nathan, Steve Games, Corey Shepard. We just have the leadership team to beat all, and they're so available, and it's such a family culture, and they're into service, and they're big, and they're global. So I like that.
These individuals, are they in Coronado or just in San Diego?
All over San Diego and all over the world. That's what I love about Coldwell Banker is that I'm one of the small town, like we live in Coronado, you got the village, but I'm right over the bridge from the big city. And the same thing with Coldwell Banker. We've got the family culture where everybody's available, and I can sell globally because I have a lot of friends and people in Australia.
Yeah, they
would
like to buy a house in San Diego, and so they, in Australia could call you up and say,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I need some help. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
And there's a trust that's there.
Oh, and because real estate is like the second highest in the world in Australia, so
really?
buying a beach house, and when we bought in Coronado, it was cheap. Let me compared to buying an apartment in Sydney. Oh yeah, people. Yeah, so I tell my Aussie friends, you can buy a beach house in Imperial Beach, or they'll think, oh my God, this is cheap. Let's get one. What a steal. So it's all relative. When you live in different cultures. Of course, the minimum wage is over $20 an hour there. It's a different culture. So
and they have everybody has health care.
Oh yeah. They have universal health care there.
I think everybody should have that.
I do too.
I've had people debate me on that. I think everybody should be taken
Well, I
care of.
lived in it, so I can see how it works. And what people don't notice here, they say, oh, we're going to lose our insurance, but that's not how it worked there. Everyone had Medicare, just like seniors do here. So they had a basic health care. They have public hospitals. You could go to a doctor and get a bulk billing if you had no money and get a prescription or antibiotics if you were sick or whatever. And you could have your private health insurance, which wasn't near the cost of what we have here. And then you could go to private hospitals. So you could have both. And
it worked well.
Oh yeah, and the government underwrites a lot of the medication. That they don't have the big pharma, like people can afford meds there
Right.
if they need them.
Well, I believe in that, and I think
I do too. I think it's a right. People deserve that.
it is right, and there's a reason why we should people should not have that. I know Hawaii has it also, and it's very successful for them.
But it's embarrassing. We're supposedly the richest country in the world, one of the leaders countries in the world, and we're one of the only countries that doesn't have universal health care, and we're not a third world country. So anyway, that's a whole different thing. But back to real estate. So I came over here, and it's like I'm still helping people get what they want.
Yeah, you are.
Know, I love it. And I specialize in global luxury because I understand that market. I live there. I have homes of my own. And I love beautiful homes. And I love dealing with people. A lot of times people think if people have money or they're doing well, that they don't go through the normal things that anyone goes through in a change. I mean, selling a piece of real estate, whether it's $500,000 or $15 million, that's a big ticket item for a lot of people, and it carries a lot of emotion. Money's an instrument that carries a lot of emotion. You know, people fight over money, sex, politics because they're charged areas. They're about our survival. And the other area, so I love that, and I understand it with my psychological background. I understand what drives and motivates people, and I know how to listen to what their important thing is because everybody has a different thing. It isn't always just the most money. I've sold houses in Coronado for people that I listed their houses, and they actually took a bid that wasn't the highest bid because they wanted a certain person to have it, or they had their reasons in some way. So it isn't always the most money. And there's so much to the art of negotiation. The other area I specialize in is military. I'm a military relocation specialist, and we had our past guest on, Danny.
Yeah.
I love supporting the military. I think veterans benefits. I'm closing an escrow tomorrow for a military couple. He's in Japan right now. They're both active service. They had no money for their down payment. We were able to get in, fund their loan through our point mortgage, and get this done. And we closed this in 15 days.
Wow.
Which is why we got the bid out of, you know how the market's crazy right
Sure.
now, and we got it. I got it because I know how to bid it. So, and I got everybody on my team just pulling cords to make sure that this happened. It was remarkable to have an escrow for 15 days with a VA loan. It was remarkable.
So it's really hard to find good properties right now in San Diego, isn't it?
Well, it's hard if you don't have the right person to help you. Like people just think you can go on Zillow and look, and that's not true. There's so many techniques, and in our company as well, we have inventory strategy meetings, so we always find out with over 1,000 agents, we know things that are coming on the market a few weeks before they're on the market. You know, so we can have that advantage with people. It's a good thing, and we're allowed to advertise coming soons in the multiple listing, and yeah.
So, but San Diego, they're saying, has a shortage of properties
all over the United States. It's not just San Diego.
Oh, really?
It's across the U.S.
Why is that?
There's inventory because we haven't been building to the ratio that we're buying, and the new millennials that are coming up wanting to buy, the population. We're running out of houses, and people the big mistake. There's a lot of people I hear say, "Oh, I'm going to wait until the prices come down. There's going to be foreclosures after COVID and the forbearance and all that." There might be a couple, but we're still projecting that real estate's going to go up.
Why do you think after COVID there's not going to be that many foreclosures?
Because there's a lot of people have still paid their mortgage.
Okay.
And they're going to have to be in dire straits and way behind to let that go. And there'll be a way that can be saved. And the market is so strong, somebody can come in underneath and buy them out.
Okay.
Like on a short sale or something before it goes to a foreclosure.
Gotcha.
So people can still, particularly if they had some equity in their house, they can call me. I can help them save their house. That's good.
So there's a lot
or
of
help people get a house.
There's a lot of people that I think did get behind because of the COVID thing, and some that weren't working, and there was a lot of fear. But you're saying there are ways, and you have those answers. There are ways to be able to work around that situation.
Yeah, and there are ways to go and get the house that you want. I mean, I've helped buyers. I've won out bids in the last few offers I put in. I always win. But you have to have a strategy. And I think obviously I've only been back 6 years, so I haven't been in real estate, for 25 years, but I've been in business for that long. And I know how to do strategy, and I know how to negotiate, and I understand all the various aspects of what all the pieces and what drives people, and I can look for the advantage to get in and find it. Just like this one I'm closing tomorrow, these people didn't have any extra money. And what's happening in the market right now, people are going in and bidding $50,000, $100,000 over asking price. And then if the appraisal comes in low, somebody has to kick in the extra money, or the seller has to drop their price. And that's always the worry. What's the appraisal going to come in? And my kids, my client, I call them kids because they're a young couple to me, but my clients, they didn't have any extra money to kick in. So I knew that there were going to be other people making offers that could show proof of funds and say, hey, we've got this. And so I started putting on my thing, what can we do? And it happened to be flippers that did this house. It was a big company known in San Diego. And what I know about flippers is every day that they have that house on the market, it costs them money.
Right.
So I went to my boss, the owner of my company, and I said, can we do this? Because he owns Point Mortgage, and we're our own self-funded bank. And I said, can we do something extraordinary and do a 15-day escrow on a VA loan? They have 15 days to get you an appraisal, 10 days.
Wow.
And he goes, we'll do it, Shirley. I'll cover it if we don't.
Wow.
So, and we did it. We all got it done. We worked together as a team. So that's one example. There's a million different scenarios and examples. But what I want to say, if there's military people listening out there, that's your right. That is a government gift of service. We all know the military doesn't make high income.
Right.
But we all know they have fabulous benefits.
Sure.
And having your VA benefit and not using it in a market like San Diego, like a lot of them, they can transfer out and then have it as an investment property.
Sounds like a good deal.
Like what I did when I was young. I got into the market early and I made money. And I love it when I see these young couples, or I work with people that are on military that are on their fourth house, buying $1 million house now in Imperial Beach because they bought other property along the way. And they've been Navy SEALs for 25 years, and they're smart.
So they've bought the properties when they were young, and they own 3 or 4 properties now?
Yeah.
So how long would they wait before they would get the next property?
It depends on the market. I've got military people I sold to in Imperial Beach a couple of years ago.
They're already buying another house?
They almost made $100,000 on the sale of their house because the market shot up. So what I want to say to everybody, they always say, "Oh, but now it's
went up
higher."
a lot, didn't
Don't wait. Yes.
Didn't it just go up like what's the average house in San Diego now?
Oh, 750,000. Yeah, but or 700,000 maybe the median. I heard
it's like 750.
Yeah, it's like that, and the jumbo loans for VA as well. But the thing about it is, in real estate, is that people always say, like a year ago when this whole COVID thing started, everybody said, oh my God, everything's going to tank. We had a record year in real estate. And we've all done well. People went into a frenzy. There was like a pause for the month of April, and we all kind of went, because there was a pause in everything. Nobody knew what we were doing. Everyone was scared.
We just bought a house.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah.
Good.
It was my old boyhood house.
Good.
I bought my brother out, and
excellent.
And my mother and I own it together. But and then of course Sarah eventually will be on there once my mom passes. But
is it an official historic site?
No.
You're naughty. No. He's very naughty.
Not yet. That's the Mills Act. We haven't gotten to the Mills Act yet.
We're not at Mills Act yet.
Yeah,
yeah, but that's a good thing to do, and there's ways that you can capitalize on that. And maybe get a second property or sell, there's things you can do to make more money. I help people with that too.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, we're going to be closing out the show. I can't believe the time's already gone by.
Gosh.
Can you believe that?
Okay. Well, I work in Coronado. I'm with Caldwell Banker West. Can I give my phone number?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's 619-559-6548. That's 619-559-6548. And my website is my name, Shirley Smith. So you can go to shirleysmith.com and you can see all the videos I do about cruising around Coronado and cruising around IB, and you can see all the houses I've sold.
Thank you, Shirley Smith, for joining us.
Thank you.
Look forward to doing some business with you.
Yeah, we will. We're going to find you that dream house in Coronado.
Thank you. And thank you, Todd James, for everything you do. Thank you to Marina Teal, Danny Rocco, of course, and our listeners. Can you believe it's over? The show is over. And remember, I want everybody to remember, we honor our everyday heroes, and we honor them on a monthly basis for the last 4 years. And now here at the Answer, the San Diego Brett Davis Show, we are making sure that those everyday heroes are
The
honored.
goal is to recognize people doing amazing and inspirational things. So Brett honors people who are outstanding leaders, people with inspirational stories. So if you would like to nominate someone, please email Brett at brettdavis2020@yahoo.com. That's brettdavis2020@yahoo.com. And please nominate some everyday hero. Now, we'll be back next Saturday at 11 p.m. on The Brett Davis Show, FM 96.1 in North County and AM 1170 San Diego. This is The Answer.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Thanks for listening to The Brett Davis Show on The Answer San Diego. Join us next Saturday at 11 p.m. for more interesting interviews with more interesting people. For more info on Brett, go to iqpodcasts.com. That's iqpodcasts.com. This has been The Brett Davis Show on The Answer San Diego.